So something I was talking about with some of the other, I think I have a unique perspective because I come from leading operations at Graphite, which has entangled me into this customer success world that I don't come from, is I empathize with a lot of what everybody's going through, but I see myself more on the financial side of the business in the fact that I always want to discount the PS side of the business in order to gain ARR. And I think anyone that wants their business to succeed should agree with that. Something that Rocketlane has really helped us with is when I got to Graphite, our method of pricing, we had no real methodology or logic behind it. So we set out to build what we call a CPQ, a customer pricing calculator. And we built it in Excel, and it has some complicated formulas based off modules being purchased. Where Rocketlane's really helped us is it's allowed us to fine tune the tool. So although in many organizations, and some people spoke to this today, it feels like sales discounts PS all the time. And because of that, it makes those organizations look bad when they can't perform accurately. I actually think Rocketlane can give them an advantage, and that is you track your hours and you compare it against, most organizations should have some sort of pricing tool like what we have. Rocketlane allows us after 10 implementations to come back and say, when we sell our supplier risk management module, our tool, based off our assumptions, said it should take 30 hours to implement. Off of our last 10 implementations, it actually takes 50 hours to implement. Now we've got to make some assumptions here. Was this a miss by our implementation managers? No, we think they did a pretty good job. Let's go adjust the tool and learn. But now what we can say is when the finance team comes to the PS team and says, hey team, you guys are failing us because you're not implementing at a good margin, we can say, no, you're incorrect. Go look at the tool. Sales discounted this by 60%. We implemented on target based off of what the tool that you approved told us we were supposed to do, which then allows us to have a win. So that's been a huge win for us, is using Rocketlane time tracking. And it's a good way to show your team members that we don't want you to track time to babysit you because we don't have time. I want you to track your time so we can price deals more accurately in the future, which I think sometimes we miss out on. But it's not that I want sales to discount PS every single time if it means we gain on the software side of the business. But I don't want to hold my implementation manager accountable for implementing at a speed based off the discounted hours. And Rocketlane's the only way we've been able to do that because they track hours against templates off of what was purchased that we didn't used to be able to do.